What's up? What's up? Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Got Jeff D in the house. Let's see who's in here on mine. Steven, welcome, Steven. Thanks for being here. What's up, Mickey? Stephanie Hallahan. Hey, what's up? What's happening? Military Mom, great to have you here. Awesome. People are starting to pop in now. Great, fantastic. We'll give everybody a little bit. Hello, Chris. Hello, Christy. Military Mom back in the house. 283 Media. Hey, what's up, bud? Thanks for being here. How you doing on that side, Jeff?
I'm doing pretty good. Looks like I got my chat. Let me know if you guys can hear and see us just fine in the chat. And
yeah,
then
guys,
I'm going to hop over to your channel.
Yeah, please roll a 5x5 if you guys can hear us and see us good. Hi, Lindsay Hill. There's going to be some people popping in here tonight. I'm hoping. Steven says 5x5. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. 5x5 for Jeff on his side also as well. Great. Awesome. Thank you, Stephanie. 283 Media, 5x5. Thank you, bro. I hear and see us just fine in the chat. Awesome. I love it. Christy Brown. Hey, hi. How are you? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. All right. This looks to be looking good. All right, Jeff, I know. Let's go ahead and kick it off, man, because what I got here, I'm just going to go ahead and drop this right here and right now. Tomorrow is, I'm trying to get over the flu bug, guys. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Wednesday, November 15th. Our lives are going to change tomorrow because of this right here. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag yet, but we are going to cover that. I'm going to suck on my Theraflu that I have in my cup here. Sorry, it's not booze tonight, but I wish it was, but I can't. I'm amped up because I'm drugged up because it's been a spat. It's the gift that keeps on giving around this house, but so far I'm good. Dagnar, right. What's up? You're on Jeff's channel. That's okay, man. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm seeing people saying in the chat they're going back and forth. I'm just going to crack your chat so I have both because awesome. I have my chat going and I want to be able to help mod in yours. So, and that.
Thank you, Stephanie. You're awesome. She says, here I was going to watch Tim Pool. Then I saw Mondo was going live and I was like, Tim who? That's a big, that's a huge compliment. But anyway, I know Jeff has got something off his sleeve. You always got some surprises. So kick it off, brother, man. What do you got for us
usually
today?
Have a few things, but did you know that Nikki Haley is trying to set us up for all anonymous accounts to be verified using federal funds to try and I guess, anonymize? How do you even say that? Anonymize? Basically, no more anonymous accounts online. They want everyone to be held accountable for what they say and post with a verified social media account.
I'm going to cover that.
Okay. So we need to know because she's supposedly a Republican, but it's at this point pretty clear that we have like the George Bush, Rhino, Warhawk Republicans coming back and trying to make their place up in here. So what do you got for us?
So what do you think about the our new speaker's decision that he did today for, the government shutdown? You had more Democrats that voted for it than you had Republicans, and everybody was happy and they passed it. So more money. I don't know, man. I mean,
it was like day one. He's like, hey, let's send billions of dollars over to Israel and keep up going with Ukraine. So I liked that he was putting up some resistance, that he was taking funds from places that also didn't deserve it, like the IRS. So I like some of that. But at the same time, he better get to some of the things that he was saying he wanted to do, or it's another controlled opposition scenario that nobody wants.
Absolutely. Just gonna browse over to the chat. I've got some people here I haven't seen in here before. Kvel, one vet to another at Armando. I hope you enjoyed your Veterans Day. I was under the weather, man. I was in bed. I was in bed. I was out bad, but like I said earlier, I'm sucking on some Theraflu here, man. My voice is back now a little better. But I'm on the road to recovery, so we should be good. Hope you had a great Veterans Day too, brother. Appreciate that. Let me see. All right. So what's been happening with the internet on your end that you have been noticing lately? I know that I've been watching some of your stuff while I was, in the rack, so to speak. And you were saying stuff on your videos about how you have to basically cater to, you have to add some diversity in your programming now
Yes.
because of the fact that um, you were getting, I don't know. Tell me about it. You were getting
Okay.
comments back that, hey, you're too one line or one sided or something.
It's not that the people are upset about the channel. It's that YouTube is upset with reaction type channels. So they're trying to dissuade people from reposting and reusing content and using it for the purpose of like content creation off of other content, which, as I said, if that's the case, then we got to get rid of all of the news anchors. We got to get rid of all of the MTV commentators. We got to get rid of all of the sports commentators. We got to get rid of all these people where they analyze, appreciate, fanboy, and otherwise, mooch off of the talent of other creators. And that's like their whole industry. But then for these kind of reaction music content and also news content, it's like they're trying to come after people that are using too much. And I think personally, part of it is shorts, because what's happening is these creators like myself, they're posting viral news clips as shorts. And they're like, some of them, they're just like a little head in the corner. Other times they're not in it at all, and they're just posting the raw short video that's already viral, and then it's going viral again for them, and they're getting a lot of likes and clicks and subscriptions. And YouTube is basically seeing that as like invalid traffic that doesn't belong to that creator, and they're trying to, push people around and out of that. So what I was saying from my end is, to combat that, I'm going to use the skills that I've developed as a creator and make a lot more original content around the reaction kind of content. And you'll notice that in my videos where I have like more of a edited proper intro and outro. And then I'm doing the thought cast, which is a whole lot of, like that's a full hour, 3 times a week of me going through news stuff. And I do go through clips, but it's not the same type, and it's so diverse in that time frame. And I have it demonetized, because the other thing is it's people monetizing copyrighted content, and I think YouTube's afraid of having like some giant labels come after them for allowing people to use other content in the YouTube videos.
Yeah, I got it. That makes sense. Steven says Nikki Haley is already bought into Mike, which is, you guys know what that is. I got to be careful here because of where we're at, but you know what Mike stands for. So, and if you don't, I'll tell you, whatever. It doesn't matter. Zanavar says anyone not mainstream making a living off reaction and opinion pieces. Yeah. Military Mom, a lot of reaction channels have quit. Oh, look at that. I didn't know that. I did not know that at all. Yeah, Christy, you have a great point there. But you guys will remember, I'm going to take you on a little trip here back in time. I'm going to go take you back to a time when we had President Obama, who was in his final stage of his campaign. His famous speech. We saw it on national television here. I saw it here, and I got goosebumps when he made the comment of, we are just 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America. If you guys have never seen that before, you need to watch that because it's bone chilling. And then shortly after that, Michelle Obama basically came up and said that, Barack wants us to change our traditions, change our speech, change basically everything. And I'm sitting there scratching my head, asking myself a question. I'm like, change it into what? Well, change it into where we're at today.
Yeah.
Basically, is what it is. So, in case you guys didn't know, I'm going to take you, keep that what I just said in the back of your mind, because now I'm going to fast forward here real quick. Got a document here that you guys can see. This is from the office of Commissioner Brendan Carr. Brendan Carr is the FCC commissioner. Okay. He wrote this piece out of the Washington, D.C. office on November 6th this year. But this goes back to September of this year when there was a lot of chatter going on the airwaves about net neutrality. Okay. And how the internet was going to be going through a lot of hoops, going a lot of under a lot of ladders. There were going to be changes implemented, but people kind of said, meh, whatever. You know, they kind of like brushed it off, pushed it off to the side. No attention was really paid to this. But now, okay, while you have been paying a lot of attention to what's going on with the developments over in the Middle East, and while you've been paying attention to a lot of developments going on over in Ukraine, and all the other distractions that are going on in the world, you know, all the protests, you know, going on college campuses and stuff like that, tomorrow, they are going to have a vote. Okay, basically, the FCC is basically handing over the keys to the entire internet apparatus, lock, stock, and barrel. And I mean everything. When I mean everything, I mean the whole thing. They're going to give it to the Biden administration. They're going to vote on this tomorrow. So, what does that mean for us, content creators? What does that mean to all of us that use and rely on the internet? What does it mean to commerce? What does it mean to the small business person? What does it mean to the entrepreneur? What does it mean to anybody? I mean, think about it. What doesn't run on the internet today? What doesn't? Everything runs on it. Everybody depends on the internet for everything, right? School, teaching, banking, grocery shopping, gas, you know, everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, there is speculations that when they flip this switch, we're going to have an outage. We've been talking about that here for a long time. Okay. You know, overwhelming the system. It could be cybersecurity. You know, I already told you on the last stream that Director Ray from the FBI office, you know, put the nation on a high state of alert because of the you know, the crossings at the border. We may have Hezbollah here. We could have terrorists here. Who the hell knows? I mean, but they're here, right? So we're at a heightened state of alert. So internet going down is a possibility. We already had some issues with the banks a couple of weeks ago with ACHs, you know, going down in your major banking branches. Then we had issues with the telecoms going on over in Australia, you know, where the second largest telecom went down, completely down. We had that situation again over there in Australia with something else. I don't recall exactly what it was, but it wasn't telecom. It was something else that went down. They got hammered. So here we go. Tomorrow, this is what they're going to be talking about. So Brendan Carr, basically opposes President Biden's plan to give the administrative state effective control of all internet services and infrastructure in the U.S. Quote, this is an unlawful power grab. This unlawful power grab chooses central planning over free market capitalism. So this is Washington, D.C., November 6, 2023. FCC Commissioner Carr issued the following statement. Democrats have been in charge of the FCC and administrative agencies in DC's for approaching 12 out of the last 16 years. They have had the opportunity over that stretch of time to put in place nearly any federal telecom policy for their choosing. In fact, the federal government has allocated hundreds of billions of taxpayer dollars for the purpose of ending the digital divide, while Democrats have run the administrative side. After all of that time and after all of that spending, the Biden administration has concluded that the Democrat policies are not working. Well, I'm going to pause. So, how can those policies not be working if they're basically on the same side? Jeff?
Dude, I'm going to be
Careful. I'm going to have to call Apocalypse Jeff. Oh, sorry.
I
Excuse me.
don't know how we're really going to get through this other than some kind of absolute miracle, because when you have people that are the supposed Republican conservative side saying, I want everyone on a list for safety, and then we're trying to give over the keys essentially to the internet, it's going to basically undo what Musk did for us, because we got a little bit of free reign in a big highway of information. So now it's like you're going to have them putting pressure, not even pressure. They're just going to have full control over those servers. And they'll be like, oh, we got this AI disinformation bot that, Klaus Schwab programmed and Bill Gates funded and George Soros set up. You know what I mean? It's going to be like those people set up what is acceptable on the internet. And I'm going to jail for a meme. Like that's what it's going to be. I feel like that's it. That's like the end game. They're like, what are you in for? And it's like, I mean, it was a savage one. I'm not going to lie. And it's tough to outdo some of the stuff that we're seeing here. Like here, I'll show you this. I'll present a screen. Yep. Like this is the peak of what we have going on right now.
Okay.
Right here.
This is going to be a fun one, guys. Yeah, I was going to say, adding to that, so you think Starlink is going to come into play with this?
I mean, I hope so, because we got one side, it's Black Cripple Santa. Like that's the peak of inclusivity. And if I make a meme that makes fun of this, they're going to throw me in jail.
Oh, you're done.
Absolutely. How do I not make fun of this? That's the big question. Like, how do you not have the sense of humor to do something with this kind of stuff? So
you put the meme on my website, bro.
Well, but what if they own the internet and then your website traffic is monitored and shut down for misinformation?
And it will.
And it will. That's the problem, because I'm trying to keep it YouTube safe, but then I use Twitter X to post real stuff. And then if they're like, hey, this stuff you're posting on Twitter is offending the algorithms of what is acceptable, so now we're punishing you on YouTube for what you said on X. Like, that sucks, dude. Normally that's coordinated for really big people, but now they're going to be able to go after the little guys.
So for those of you out there that don't know this, and I talked to Jeff offline about this afternoon, and it's okay to say it. I mean, it's already out there, so it doesn't matter. I mean, if you want to go and look, if you are a content creator on this platform and you want to take advantage of getting paid by AdSense, back in the day, okay, when I got started, they gave you a customer number. AdSense gave you a customer number next to your name. That was it. Well, just recently, or I'm going to go probably back to July, around that time frame this year, you were given an ID unique identifier, which is another number. That unique identifier, according to them, should not be shared with anybody whatsoever. It's strictly for you, so they can go ahead and monitor your content, your traffic, what you're saying, what you're putting out there. In other words, every content creator on this platform, I can't speak for the other ones, I just found out about this one, or any platform that uses AdSense. Basically, now they have a way of tapping into your stuff and listening and checking out what it is that you're talking about. And they just up the ante under community guidelines and policies and standards, meaning they're clamping down even harder than they already are. I'll let you fill in the blanks on that. I've already, there's a few creators that I follow out there on their channels also as well, where one was simply talking about using clean food, veggies grown in the garden, how to make recipes and stuff like that. They canned her. They basically took it down. It wasn't even a demonetization thing. It's like they just said, nope, this is not allowed. It goes against whatever it was, or who knows, or I don't know, maybe learning how to live off the land. I mean, I don't know exactly what the excuse was, but they took it down. It was just gone. And that's where this is going. So then this individual said, if you want to find out where America is headed to, basically on everything, just look at the UK. They're 2
Yes.
years ahead. They're 2 years ahead of us on everything. And where goes UK? Eventually, America will follow suit.
Starting with California.
Well, yeah, because that trickles, it starts there and it trickles to the states. But if you want to see the country as a whole and you want to find out, well, crap, where are we going to be in a couple of years? Well, all you got to do is just look at the UK. They're ahead of what's coming towards us, but by a couple of years. But anyway, let me continue with this. I agree with President Biden on this point. The administration's broadband policies are failing. The cost of building internet infrastructure in this country have skyrocketed thanks to the Biden administration's inflammatory policies. The administration has no plan for filling a now empty spectrum pipeline, one that is vital to America's economy and geopolitical leadership. Meanwhile, the FCC is just sitting on a spectrum that could connect millions of Americans to new 5G services. There's that word again. The administration is needlessly blocked and delayed new broadband infrastructure builds. Fiber and cell site components have laying fallow in warehouses and lay down yards across the country due to the government's failure to remove regulatory red tape. Permitting reform has gone nowhere, and the Biden administration is preparing to waste additional taxpayer dollars through this multi-billion-dollar Internet for All initiative by pursuing extraneous political goals at the expense of connecting Americans. Well, let's see. I wonder if they're going to utilize, Starlink, Elon's satellites and stuff like that, where this is going to come to play, where now you could be basically in the middle of the Arabian desert. Okay. And if you're out there walking around having a good time and you got a cell phone, guess what? You can watch YouTube because it's everywhere. Low-lying orbital satellites. So I don't know. I'm trying to stay positive about the guy, but I hope that he doesn't have a play in this thing. But then again, he may not have a choice either. Because I'm telling you, this proposal for tomorrow, what they're going to vote on basically is handing them the keys for everything from A to Z. That's all of it. I'll continue a little bit more. But the Biden administration is taking away all the wrong lessons from its failed broadband policies. Rather than righting the ship, the Biden administration is going hard left. It is now blaming the private sector and free market capitalism itself for the administration's own policy shortfalls. The problem, the administration has apparently concluded, is that the FCC has never gone full command and control when it comes to regulating the internet. So last month, President Biden gave the FCC its marching orders. The president called on the FCC to implement a one-page section of the 2021 Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, the Infrastructure Act, by adopting new rules for breathtaking scope, all in the name of, ready? Digital equality. For the first time ever, those rules would give the federal government a roving mandate to micromanage nearly every aspect of how the internet functions, from how ISPs allocate capital and where they build, to the services that consumers can purchase, from the profits that ISPs can realize and how they market and advertise services, to the discounts and promotions that consumers can receive. Talk about central planning. I'm going to pause there for a minute. This is like I saw, and it reminds me of what happened in Cuba and what happened in Venezuela. When it comes to the media, when it comes to communications as a whole, when they took over, and I'm speaking for Cuba, not Venezuela, but when they took over the communications, and back then it was radio, telecom, and maybe the beginning stages of television, okay, back then. Well, what do they need to control? They need to control the voice of the people, and you know who that is. right? They're on all day and all night now on every channel that you can muster. Okay. If you control that, you control the narrative. If you control the narrative, you control the thinking, you control the policies that are being put out there. Now imagine when you hand over radio, when you hand over television, when you hand over telegraph, I'm speaking in those technologies back in those days. When you get on your phone, okay, and there's eavesdropping and stuff like that, like our 1 3-letter agency used to do here in the 60s, right? Which is no secret. How much further does this go? I mean, especially with smartphones, your iWatches, dude, go ahead, Jeff.
Okay.
Yeah,
because
go.
you just asked how far does this go. My brother-in-law showed me a video yesterday of a person's like studio setup, right? So it was like their monitors and whatnot. They had an extra monitor over here. They had a computer hooked up to this little tiny radar dish. It was like the tiniest little radar dish, and he was pointing it at the HDMI cable that was going into the computer. The HDMI cable was leaking the frequency image that was on the person's computer. So he had a radar signal looking at the cord, and then it was pulling the image that was going into your system on your monitor onto another monitor. And he was saying, if I can do this with this crappy little tech, they can just point something at your house and see what's on every screen in your house. Done.
Even in your shower. I mean, dude, that would be it. Well, never mind. I don't want to go there.
So that's allegedly, but I'm just saying, if some nobody could do that, come on. ExpressVPN isn't saving you. Like
no, neither is NordVPN.
Right. None of that stuff.
283 Media says digital equality found, and then he goes with AI very far. Yes, absolutely correct. I mean, now when you add the AI component to that, I mean, I don't know, sky's the limit, I guess, right? So anyway,
right.
Let me proceed with this. Trying not to skip people in the chat here. Dagnar says, you didn't hear about your cars can now legally listen onto talking about. Yeah. Well, it's not Dagnar. It's not just the listening. Check this out. Right. So I read this also as well. It's not just the listening inside your smart cars or your cars, anything that's got a computer, anything that's got GPS, anything that has basically everything has GPS. Everything has Wi-Fi now in your cars. Even my old ass truck has it. Okay. Here's the thing. They're going to be looking at facial recognition patterns. And if you look like you've been, you kick back a few and they suspect that you're drunk, you're under the influence and you're behind the wheel, they will shut your car down. I mean, like, turn it off. They're putting these countermeasures into place also as well. Well, it's to save lives, right? You don't want drunk drivers out there. And I can agree with that. No one wants to, have an issue with a drunk driver. God forbid, you have an accident, you kill somebody. But what if not? What if you have a medical condition and it's under maintenance, right? And people have nervous twitches in their faces and stuff. There are people like that, okay? And I'm not making fun of these people. I'm just saying now it's going to confuse said person's, health ailment.
Right.
Oh, he must be drinking, or she must be drinking, or they must be under the. I'm just going to turn their car off. Well, what if that person is on an emergency, trying to get to somebody that's having an emergency, and you just shut their car down?
Right.
Now, what do they do?
Or if you're just headbanging Tom McDonald in the car.
Well, you can't listen to that no more.
Yeah, no, that's just going to be turned off. Now, before you go, I see Mike Ross. What's up, dude? He said for about $60, I can capture everything you do on your computer, keystrokes, visuals, etc. Granted, for that cheap, I'd have to be within 30 feet. But as you're saying, for that cheap, but not cheap, you don't have to be close. I mean, look what Starlink can do. Imagine similar technologies, but for peep show purposes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, it's scary. It is absolutely scary stuff. It's amazing. But anyhow, let me just continue with this. We're going to dive back into this after I get through reading this stuff, because this is important. Everybody needs to know this.
Go ahead.
All right, so let's continue. So needless to say, Congress never Congress never contemplated the sweeping regulatory regime that President Biden asked the FCC to adopt, let alone authorize the agency to implement it. Nonetheless, the commission will vote next week on November 15th. That's tomorrow, to put President Biden's plan in place. Did you catch that? They're going to vote tomorrow to put his plan into place. Okay. A draft of the FCC order implementing President Biden's plan is available. Okay. And you can research that. I did, but it's like, I don't know, 800 pages long. You know, but we'll just pass it and you can read it later. Doesn't matter. I wasn't about to do that here. Not to be here for hours. But anyway, he says, quote, I oppose the plan for several reasons. Number one, President Biden's plan hands the administrative state effective control of all internet services and infrastructure in the country. Never before in the roughly 40-year history of the public internet has the FCC or any federal agency for that matter claimed this degree of control over it. Indeed, President Biden's plan calls for the FCC to apply a far-reaching set of government controls that the agency has not applied to any technology in the modern era, including Title II common carriers. The closest analog would be the heavy-handed rules of FCC applied to the Ma Bell telephone monopoly during the height of the New Deal era, a copper wire period of time when it was hard to distinguish between government regulator and telephone provider. But do not take my word for it. The text of the order expressly provides that the FCC would be empowered for the first time to regulate each and every single ISP, network infrastructure deployment, network reliability, network upgrades, network maintenance, customer premises equipment, that's inside your home, by the way, and installation. In other words, you could have Mr. Comcast coming over to replace your router that went down or your Wi-Fi. Not anymore. It's going to be somebody from you know who coming to your house to look around. Speeds. There's an issue. This is now they're tickling my cojones. All right. Speeds, capacities, latency, data caps, throttling, pricing, promotional rates, imposition of late fees, opportunity for equipment rental, not ownership, because, you know, by 2030, you won't own anything and you'll be happy. Installation time, contract renewal terms, service termination terms, and use of customer credit and account history. Credit, ESG. As exhausting as it is to read this list, the FCC itself says it's not an exhaustive list. The Biden administration's plan empowers the FCC to regulate every aspect of the internet sector for the first time ever. The plan is motivated by an ideology of government control that is not compatible with the fundamental precepts of free market capitalism. But it gets worse. The FCC reserves the right under this plan to regulate both actions and omissions, whether recurring or a single instance. In other words, if you take any action, you may be liable. And if you do nothing, you may be liable. There is no path to complying with the standardless regime. It reads like a planning document drawn up in the faculty lounge at a university's Soviet studies department.
Yeah, I got a clip for you whenever you're ready, because some people don't believe this stuff.
Here we go.
Also, we're very focused on the data we're collecting from surveillance efforts, what's being said on social media platforms. And we have launched an effort to be able to counter some of the negativity and reach out to people when we see hate speech being spoken about on online platforms. Our media analysis, our social media analysis unit has ramped up its monitoring of sites to catch incitement to violence, direct threats to others. And all this is in response to our desire, our strong commitment to ensure that not only do New Yorkers be safe, but they also feel safe. Because personal security is about everything for them. As I said, no one walking down the street or in a subway should feel they have to hide any indications of what their religious beliefs are. We expect to see people celebrating their lives, walking about freely, and that is no longer the case because people are living in fear. They have a right to do whatever they want here in the state of New York.
What the hell does that have to do with monitoring social media and policing your activity online? It's like they have a communist hellscape that they created in New York City, and they think that punishing the non-criminals online is going to help.
Yeah, exactly. It
And
makes no
so-
sense. Makes no sense at all. None. Zero.
Yeah.
Completely
There's no
off topic, off point.
There's no make it make sense. It's just them gaslighting everyone to push for Obama's agenda in this third term. I mean, we could just go with that. And that came across all over the place. That's like mainstream now. So I don't know why they'd get upset, but it's like Obama is having webinars and talks with all of the Biden aides. And I don't know if you looked at the aides, but a lot of them are from the Obama staff. So it's like the old boss is calling and telling us what to do while the new boss is falling upstairs and shitting his pants.
I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you right now, I've said it on this show before, and I'll say it again. What they are pushing for here is what I lived. When you go outside, you got to be very, very careful what conversations you have. You got to be very careful who's around you listening, because they'll drop dime on you, and next thing you know, little black automobile will show up at your front door, and it's bye-bye, right? You're going to be taken in for questioning because you're not compliant, right? This is exactly what this is. I'm going to continue here. President Biden's plan sweeps entire industries within the FCC's jurisdiction for the first time in the agency's 90-year history. It would be one thing if the FCC cabined its intrusive new regime to ISPs, or even ISPs, internet service providers, for those of you out there that may ask, or even businesses within the communications sector. It does not. The draft FCC order says that we, quote, we are explicitly tasked with regulating entities outside the communications industry. A very rare moment, regulatory humility. Targeting outside. What is outside? Us. But it then goes on to say that the FCC will do so in this case, nonetheless, the moment passed. Landlords are now covered. Construction crews are now covered. Marketing agencies are now covered. Banks are now covered. The government itself is now covered. All newly regulated by the FCC and liable for any act or omission that the agency determines has an impermissible impact on the consumer's access to broadband. Congress never authorized the FCC to regulate these industries or entities. So, to all the businesses and individuals that will be subject to FCC's regulation for the first time ever, welcome. I hope you have good lawyers. President Biden allows the FCC to impose unfunded billed mandates on ISPs and unlimited monetary fines on every covered entity. Section 60506, the one-page portion of the infrastructure law that President Biden cites as authority for the FCC's new regime, does not authorize the commission to create or enforce any punitive liability rules or compel bills. Instead, it directs the FCC to facilitate equal access to broadband internet access service. Nonetheless, the FCC's draft over determines that the agency will apply full suite of Communications Act's enforcement powers to any act or omission that violates its new Section 60506 regime, although it will do so with one minor deviation from the Commission's Act norm. It imposes no ceiling on the level of potential fines. So once again, it's all about money. This means that ISPs could very well be compelled to build out internet infrastructure without compensation. And every decision from the C-suite to the call center will be subject to FCC second guessing.
Yeah, I've been seeing in the chat that there's potential at least for states to sue back and put a halt or an injunction or whatever until it moves forward. And it could buy us time at least. Because I could see that. I mean, this is such a massive First Amendment violation. It's not even funny. So if somebody in some state has the balls to push back against the Fed, then that could destroy their whole plan overall. And then it might switch to like a state by state problem. And then like the blue states would obviously fall immediately. And then the rest would fall if Nikki Haley or Chris Christie or one of the other, rhinos, possibly Vivek. I don't know. I mean, he seems.
But JJ Ramaswamy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ramaswamy,
We'll
I mean, he says some great stuff, but there's a lot of people that say great stuff and then fail miserably. Like I had a very good feeling about Ron DeSantis when Trump first went away. And then all of a sudden it became, what do my donors want me to say? How tall do my donors want me to be? Like all of these just really weird things that didn't make any sense. And he just like face palmed over and over again and kind of lost everybody. So we'll see if Vivek goes that way. So far it's good. And I'm glad somebody's there instead of Trump to crap all over them during these GOP debates. Because I was with you and everyone else not watching it.
Yeah. And my whole deal is, it just scares the crap out of me, to be honest with you, because when and remember, they can come back and sue the states individually, can go ahead and sue against this ruling and stuff like that. But I don't know. Is it too late? Because remember, they're voting on this tomorrow. Right. And apparently, according to this, if they say and they give it the thumbs up, it's done. Right? Because who's going to come back and contest and say, no, but wait a minute, we need to rethink this. Well, okay, great. So now we're going to throw this into litigation. But what happens until, that day arrives, if it does arrive? Because if you haven't noticed around here lately, the improvements, especially for me, it's been years and years and years where I could not get AT&T fiber here at my house. Could not. Because
right.
Comcast owned everything up to the main street. Well, guess what they just rolled in here a couple of weeks ago? Fiber. The big orange cables, because I know. So there's fiber coming in here now. Well, does it have to do with this? Because they just want better throttling capabilities? Are they going to axe these people? What are they going to do? I don't know. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. But anyway, I'm going to press on here, and we should go ahead and I'll be done with this, and we'll jump off into something else. President Biden's plan includes price controls. This is the favorite part. Price controls. Okay. Mm-hmm. This is what everybody's excited about. Maybe we're going to catch a break. All right. I love the way he puts this. Last month at the 11th hour, the FCC slightly softened its proposal to use its Title II proceedings to regulate broadband rates. Now we know why. The Section 60506 order that the FCC will vote on next week, which is tomorrow, expressly states that the FCC can use it to regulate broadband pricing and even an ISP's profitability. Whoa. Title II is no longer necessary to achieve that end. But the Section 60506 rules do more than just that. The FCC arrogates to itself the power to review and determine the lawfulness of promotional pricing and discounts. It even puts the use of credit checks squarely into the crosshairs. Of course, Congress did not give the FCC power to do any of this. The agency just created it out of the whole cloth. So they're making the rules up as they go, is my interpretation of this.
Right.
And they're going to control how much money the ISPs can make, how much profitability, right? Because, hey, if you make too much, they got to pay their fair share, man, right? Just like us here. I mean, hell, if we go viral and we go nuts and stuff like that, I mean, oh, hey, we're just going to change the rules halfway through, and I don't know, we need to tweak some areas here and out of, equity, inclusion, and fairness, because, we can't be racist about this. That's just not cool, right?
Yeah.
So now let me find out where I left off. Okay, access. Okay, here we go. So section 60506 then directs the FCC to adopt rules that facilitate equal access to broadband, again, to the extent technically and economically feasible, and to prevent and eliminate digital discrimination based on income level, race, ethnicity, color, religion, or national origin. After nearly 2 years and several rounds of comments, the FCC's draft order concludes that, quote, there is little to no evidence in the agency's record to even indicate that there has been any intentional discrimination in the broadband market within the meaning of the statute. But instead of proceeding with forward-looking rules on that basis, the FCC, at President Biden's direction, reads an expansive and disfavorable theory of liability into the law that exists nowhere in the country or the statutory text. Even in the absence of any evidence of intentional discrimination, the Biden plan states the FCC can impose potentially unbounded liability if the agency finds that some act or even failure to act happened to the result in desperate impact based on the FCC's own judgment. Reading this theory of liability into the law conflicts with Supreme Court's civil rights precedents. The FCC should not adopt it. In the end, the FCC should have adopted rules that lawfully and faithfully implemented Congress's decision in the Infrastructure Act. The FCC could have taken concrete steps that would have extended high-speed internet services for more Americans. In fact, the FCC cites a few such actions in its draft order that were raised in the record, including eliminating government-imposed barriers and regulatory red tape that have been slowing down broadband builds. But instead of going that route, the FCC opts for this ideological approach instead. The end. So what does that mean, folks? That means tomorrow, when this vote goes down, it could very well mean some catastrophic measures for we the people. Okay, especially us that do this, hopefully at some point for a living. It could all go south, but again, this is a brazen power grab, in my opinion. In the dark of night, while you're out there distracted with everything else that's going on in the world, this is sneaking in. How many of you out there, reply in the chat, how many of you out there knew that this took place, that this narrative was, or this proposal happened in September of this year, and they were going to vote on it tomorrow? Be honest now. How many?
I know, today from you. And I got a lot of people I follow that should be posting on that. So that's very weird.
And no one is talking about this. No one at all. No one's talking about this except for yours truly here, present and accounted for. So once again, if you're getting value out of today's stream, here comes my plug moment. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel, or join and become a member so you can get exclusive content like this brought to you by me here and Jeff over there. And if it gets really hairy, we can all go and get unchained. Holy smokes. I had to bring this to you guys today because when I saw this, man, my skin crawled. I'm like, because I work in the tech space, right? Still, even though I do my AV stuff now, And when this came across my eyes, man, I was like, oh shit. I said, I called Jeff this afternoon. Didn't I call you this afternoon? I told you, dude, we got to go to air tonight. This has to happen.
Yeah.
I
You
was
did.
like blown away. I sure you're already an Unchained member. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. Anything else? Jeff, unboxing, late unboxing stuff.
You know,
Because
I went to the post office today, but one thing that I had sent from Dagnar, that package did not arrive yet. I do have a package for you, but your whole family got the flu and then you got sick. So I got something for you whenever you're good enough to get that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did. I mean, I've got like 4 unboxing videos right now on the channel. And like I said, they do better than some of the lower performing reaction videos. Some people just really like to watch that stuff. You know, it's its own thing. And Dagnar, who is a mod proudly on the channel, I'm proud to have him as a mod here. He makes stuff as a blacksmith. So he sent me something. I'm not spoiling it, but he sent me something. So I'll do an unboxing video of that. And I promised him I would do it live. So hopefully it's not, there's no issue there, but I'm going to do that live. And then I'm going to plug him. So we're going to make it so I got all of his information because he makes all this really cool custom stuff. And I want to share that because going forward, that'd be great. If I have unboxing segments, if people want to send me stuff and then I could plug whatever your thing is. Absolutely. I will help you out.
Fantastic. Love it. Love that. Yeah. Dagnar knows. I'm excited to see that chainmail deal because that looks pretty nifty.
Oh yeah.
Harbor says here to me, she says, if a state sues, it stops the law from going in place immediately. It keeps it halted through appeals and up through U.S. SCOTUS if it goes there. Suit stops from being implemented. Okay. Well, I guess what? They better get to suing because I ain't turning off my microphone. Sorry. Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen. What'd you think about the new Tom drop?
I loved it.
Did you?
Did you see the video?
I saw the video because, like I said, when I was laid up, you know, it came across my feed and I'm like, oh, sweet, a new one. And I please don't hate. I'm going to be brutally honest here because it's just me. I wasn't wowed. I thought it was cool. The lyrics and everything, you know, the background, you know, on with that missile or bomb or whatever the hell it was.
Mm-hmm.
But it just, I don't know. For some weird reason, I just did not feel it. I don't know why.
You'll have to watch my video of it. If you
I'll have to
not.
listen to it again, maybe a few more times or something like that, but I didn't want to spoil it because it's like, oh, okay, you know, we'll probably react to this. But at that point in time, I don't know why. I wasn't feeling it, man. I was like, why? Now, Nova's video on her drop.
Yes.
That was fire. That I liked because it was a story, the beats and the music. It was just on, man. But I'm not hating on Tom. I'm just saying that one for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I have to listen to it a little more.
There's 2 parts, 2 things. So for one, I'm with you 100% on Nova's drop because you know how I edit. It's like very aggressive editing. That shit was stuck in my head for like 2 whole days. Like it just wouldn't stop. It was so good. So yes, I'm with you. Like I'll probably listen to it again tonight after we get off because I got the itch again. But I will say with Tom's, he even said he wrote the song knowing he personally couldn't sing it to the level it deserved to be sung. So he put out a challenge for other people to do covers of his song because, as he said, I barely have a good enough singing voice to pull off this song. He's like, I know someone else can. So I bet you hearing those lyrics from like a really powerful singer might change the way you feel about it, because that's his own admission. That's not me ragging on Tom. It's like well known, and he claims it all the time. He's like, dude, I became a rapper because I can't sing. Like, I don't have a strong, good singing voice. I think it's pretty good. It's not terrible, but he doesn't have those like Dax level, like high belting, whatever. That's fine. You know, not everyone's got the juice in that area, and he knows he's got self-awareness. I highly respect self-awareness. But yeah, I'm seeing people posting all over.
Maybe he should tap Dax on the shoulder.
Yeah. Hey, it's like, hey, Dax, yo, check it out.
I
But
don't know.
if you haven't seen it, you should check out my reaction to that video, because I posted that yesterday. And
Okay.
you
All right,
you
yeah.
might be interested. You might be interested in that. Just
And again, no hate towards
nothing.
Tom. I'm just being honest here. I don't know why. I didn't, you know why? I think I know why. When he says,
What?
"Where are you, Superman? Where are you, Superman? Where are you, Superman?" And I'm thinking to myself, why not God instead of Superman? Right?
Mhm.
And it's just my opinion, but then again, in his defense, I don't know if he's a religious guy. I don't know,
Right.
but the
Maybe-
lyrics and stuff, I don't know. It's just my opinion. I just, why Superman? I don't know.
Well, maybe he was referring to God, but then he's trying to not chase away the atheists. So, so he says Superman to bring them into the concept that we need a higher power that's more capable than a mere mortal in order to handle the situation that the world is in. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's complex, but like I said, you should check out my video on it, and then maybe that'll be it. Mike says, oh, Jeff did a video singing Superman when drop, Jeff. That kind of confused me. I don't know what you're saying. But anyway, it's, I get what you're saying. It's not, he even said, he's like, it was a song for humanity. The lyrics were what drove the song. The special effects were toned way down, and there wasn't much chaos in the editing. So other people had mixed emotions about it. It's doing pretty well in the pop charts because Hangover Gang goes hard no matter what. And I think it's going to be like Ghost, where it brings in an additional audience.
And you see, when he did Ghost, though, okay, I'm
Yeah.
like, that was amazing. He had the voice for that.
He did. He pulled it
But
off.
I don't know what happened with this one, though. I mean, I tried and I tried, but it was like, hey, it's just, I don't know. It just didn't give me the thrills like, his rap stuff does. But then
Okay,
again,
guys.
that's why he's the rapper. So
Guys, what do you say? Because Armando's listened to it, we get Armando's reaction to my video of
play
Superman.
it, dude. Play it. Go for it.
I just want to see if the chat cares. Do you guys want to see Armando see the video, so that way we get both sides of it? Yes, I got one yes so far. Yes, second yes.
Good enough on your chat.
Third yes.
Harbor
Okay.
says Harbor
Sure,
says
go
I'm good
for
with
it.
that.
Great
Go for
idea. Okay, we're getting a long list now. All right, let me pull this
283
up.
Media says sure. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Go for it.
All right, let me pull this. Go to my channel. Hold up. Okay, we're going to start with just a black screen. All right, present, share screen. All right, guys, I know you're ready. System
me know.
audio 2.
Here we go.
All right, it's added up. Let's go. This may be a surprise to some of you. I am Superman. Tom McDonald has released a new song labeled in my liking, Superman. And we're going to check it out here on the Thoughtcast. I do what the hell I want here. Who cares? That's news to me. It's culture. It's culture, right?
Welcome to Freedom to Think.
I'm Jeff D, host of the Thoughtcast and many other programs here on the channel. Woo! Are you playing video games right now? You're making me look bad. And we need to have an element of professionalism here. You're not even wearing pants.
Oh, this is
Question.
ridiculous.
How many other reactors do you think are going to have a Superman shirt and the full-size Superman cape? Probably not many. So please like the video.
Unlock my phone and watch the world die. They crying to God while they run for their lives. Blood in the streets, bombs in the sky.
Okay, I was not expecting that at all. Oh no, it's going to be like how bad everything is. We need Superman, you know. That's kind of the feeling of the direction I have already. But I like the aesthetic. I'm a big fan of black if you have not seen the studio. So I like the dark guitar. It looks pretty wicked. And then the mega bomb behind him. Oh boy.
Blood in the streets, bombs in the sky. Goodbye. I hope you had dreams come true. I hope they see in their crosshairs what I see in you. And I hope and I pray, that's all I can do. I don't understand who is good or bad. They don't care as long as you got oil sands.
They don't care
What-
as long as you got. Did you say? What'd you say?
What did he say there? As long as you got all your what?
Oil sands. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I couldn't hear it either, so you'll hear me talk about it. But
All right.
all
guys.
your sins, oil sands. I got to figure that out. Looks like he lost weight. He's trimming up, leaning out. I really like the part where he's saying, "I don't know who the bad guys are." And I mean, I was just talking about this earlier in the Thoughtcast with the Israel versus Hamas thing, and you have like perspectives is really important. So you have these people that have these problems, these people have these problems, these people fighting these people. And it's like you wanna just say these are definitely the bad guys and these are definitely the good guys, so you can feel better about yourself for picking the right team. But a lot of times stuff is complicated. And so there's layers to dig through. So I like that line a lot. That's underrated. That's probably going to be a criminally underrated line for the song. I'm just saying.
Good or bad, they don't care as long as you got oil sands. We need something fast, we need something bad, more than guns and tanks. Where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman? Superman.
Now that's great, man. I really like that because it's the idea that it's like I sort of predicted it, but it's like the list of how bad things are, how confusing things are. It's like a normal person isn't even up to the task of really fixing this. He's like, where's Superman? Or in a lot of cases, people would just say God. Like, we need God because it's so screwed right now. But I love it. I love the premise. The idea is great.
Where is Superman? I turn on the news and watch the world fight. Thousands of men making widows of wives. I'll be home soon, walked off in the night. Goodbye, I will remember you. I know it's true to be shot and they're men just like you, but I hope and I pray, 'cause that's all I can do.
That's a lot. That's a lot. It is heavy, man. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I just paused it because you
Oh,
started to talk.
Sorry,
No, you're good.
I heard the echo there.
Oh, I wonder if it's coming on.
No, that's okay. That's okay. That's all right. I know what it is. Go ahead. Keep playing it. I'll get back to it.
Especially tomorrow being Veterans Day with all the people that went through that. As he's saying, like, I know that they're men just like you, shoot or be shot. And so there is that honor of the adversary, the respect of the adversary, because regardless of where they are in line, it's like they're putting up the fight just like you're putting up the fight. You know what I mean? And so I know there's the story of Christmas in World War I. Everyone had like a truce, and they came out of the trenches and came together, and they played ball together and traded gifts with each other. And then they went back to their respective trenches and then fought again the next day, kept the war going. But there is that underlying level of respect for your opponent, even in a deadly situation. That's also a very cool way of explaining that. It's really nice, man. I like the guitar. I like it's soothing. So Tom's definitely coming a long way.
I pray, 'cause that's all I can do. I don't understand who is good or bad. They don't care as long as you got oil sands. We need something fast. We need something bad. More than guns and tanks. Where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman? Soon you won't need a TV or an iPhone to see, because you will look out the window and boom. I don't understand.
Okay, you guys know I go a little hard with editing, so I love the boom. I love the boom added into the track. I was gonna say that they really like toned down on the cinematics with this one. It's like he's sitting in one spot. He's got the bomb behind him. No doubt in my mind it's real. There's just a little bit of the scene switching back and forth, but he's keeping it really intimate, really personal, and it's very emotional. Like you're brought right in, and I feel all of it. Also, pretty sure he said oil sands. So just having the resources available once conquered. I believe that's the whole dynamic he's talking about. Like they don't care. As long as you got the resource to be taken, then you're good enough as prey.
Boom. I don't understand who is good or bad. They don't care as long as you got oil sands. We need something fast. We need something bad. More than guns and tanks. Where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman?
Oh! They had him. They had him. Did you see it? All right. I'm sorry for even thinking it, because I was just like, hey, they really toned down the effects, the cinematics. And then they throw that really nice, precise boom in there. And then they had Superman at the end. That's cool. That's cool. And it was the subtle, like looking up and looking around. It's like, dude, where is he? We need this guy. We need Superman right now. Things are so screwed. We got to have it. We got to have him. All right. Question. How many other reactors do you think are going to have a Superman shirt and the full-size Superman cape? Probably not many. So please like the video. Please subscribe. check out the playlist for Think or React series. I have my own Tom McDonald playlist, actually. I like the guy and all of his style. And there's, a shit ton, like 60 videos of his content I've reviewed. Yeah, Leah, that ending with Superman was awesome. It was. That was a good song. I like it. It gave me Scars vibes, and I liked Scars. But I know those kinds of videos don't do that well because they're not like, okay, I'm going to bring you in on something. Some of the best work he doesn't get the most views because it's not in that trend surfing, political, controversial topic that gets like more hype behind it. And I know, because it's the same thing for the reactions. The reactions don't get as many views. So I like them anyway, and I'll make the content anyway because I like it. But it's a criminal thing that you don't get the love you deserve for your best work as an artist a lot of times. And I know, trust me, I know, because that intro, if you go to the channel, the main channel page for me took minimum 20 hours of work to do for me. And I shared it. Like, it was everything I could possibly do tech-wise to make that what it was. And it got like 100 views in a day. Like, YouTube buried it under the algorithm. Nobody watched that, right? Because it's about the clickability, the clickbait, the subject matter, just like really drawing people in to see it and to get that big, oh, whatever reaction. But that doesn't mean it's the best material. So it really sucks when there's stuff like this that's really good and really on point with the messaging, and then it just doesn't have that same viral effect as something that's more slap you in the face and take a strong stance that's going to bring the haters out from the woodwork. Because that's the other thing, is when the haters come in behind it to be pissed off at you, and then, you know, that's extra engagement. That makes it more viral. They want to see it to hate it, as well as the people who just sit there and like it. And the wholesome things don't come with as much hate, so they don't do as well on the charts. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that insane? But that's the world we live in. I really liked it. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. That was definitely a good one. Also, I mean, come on. Think I could find a phone booth? That's awesome. Oh yeah, I got to see this. Dan, got to remember, I'm subscribed to this and a member, yet I don't get notifications or have this be on my page when I open up YouTube. I have to go to my subscriptions to see if it's live. That is insane. I think I'm going to do more reaction stuff in the Thoughtcast here and there, just indiscriminately. Mr. Kraft says, where's Lois Lane? Superman, Jeff. I'm more into redheads. Henry Cavill's goated, by the way. Like, some people don't know how awesome he is, but that dude is the bomb diggity. Okay. He grew up a chubby, fat dork, right? And then sprouted into, like, you know, well over 6 foot, chiseled, sex machine, apparently. So I identify a lot with him, and maintained the video gaming. So he's, totally goated. I'm pretty dad botted right now. Do some Superman flexing. It's okay. It's all right. Now, I don't know if you guys like the unboxing videos, but it's kind of going to be like a too bad situation, because there's a lot of people that have reached out to me to send me stuff over time. I didn't think it would really materialize, so I put it off for quite a while, but I got pestered by enough people. I finally broke down and got a means to get stuff. So from the P.O. box, I got that, and then stuff started pouring in yesterday. The post office had my box had a little package in it, and a key, and a slip. The key was to a locker, which had 3 packages in it, And then the slip was to go to the counter to get 2 boxes that they were holding for me. You guys are nuts. Okay. That's the main thing. You guys are nuts. So I'm going to keep doing unboxing videos, and they do better with YouTube than some of my like reaction content to artists that people apparently don't care about their reactions. That's crazy, but whatever. I enjoy making the content. They're fun, and I want to say thank you. So I make the content to share. So there's going to be more of that, especially since the twins are coming. We have the baby shower going on right now. So there's more people sending me twin stuff, which is nice. And I get to bring the lovely Keegan in for that. Got people, please keep doing them. Love the unboxing. I like it. Unboxing here is cool. Like the unboxing, like the baby shower one. That's what you called it. Okay. Yeah. The people like it. All right. Well, we're going to keep them coming. We like watching your eyebrows while you're opening the packages. They're so expressive. Thank you. I mean, some of it is trying and a lot of it is just how I am, but I know when I'm acting, like in the skits, I definitely try to bring in the facial micro expressions to really drive points home. Like with Business Jeff being super like over it and disappointed with, you know, Red Pill Dungeon, Crazy Jeff sitting there begging to go outside. And he's just like, no, bro, no. Anyway, it's great. But this was fun. I think I'm almost out of space, so I need to leave and make space so that it doesn't delete this video. So let's do an outro. But thank you everyone for coming to yet another Thoughtcast. I had a blast. I do the research. I got this. I got everything you wanted. Good job, buddy. Why don't you give that to me and then you can go sit down. No. I want to go outside. I want to go outside. You can go outside when we hit 50,000 subscribers. That wasn't the deal.
We have to do
You
good
said
research.
I could go after
good
1,000
videos, shorts,
and then
Stay within the
5,000
YouTube guidelines.
and then
I'm sick of you
10,000
going so
and
off
then
the rails.
20,000. This is every day. Turn on notifications for the Thoughtcast Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Check out the Free Thinker React series for endless entertainment, guest stars, unboxing videos, and come kick it with me at a gaming stream. We might get a dub. I just want to see the sun. I just want to see the sun again, please. No, please. I want to see it one more time.
Hold on.
Anyway.
Oh, damn. Oh, that was freaking priceless, bro. Oh, that was epic. Damn. All right. So, yeah, dude.
I got asks
You
for
killed me
more
with that.
cowbell.
Killed me with that. Oh, damn. Okay. Self-admission. When I saw the well, again, I was, when I saw the video, Tom's video, I totally missed the Superman flyby in the end. That changed the video for me.
Okay.
That I'm serious. That's just like, holy shit. Oh, okay, got it. No, we're good. But in the beginning, I didn't see it. I'm like, it's over. That's it. I'm like, I totally missed him do the flyby, but could have been the crud, but whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, that video was insane. The editing in that was freaking brutal. I'm not kidding. It was awesome.
I appreciate it. Yeah. The basically that mega video, which is the skit on my channel for the intro, I'm repurposing it a whole bunch of different ways, and that was the whole point. So I have since remade it again for the intro, and I have that on a video I just finished editing today, which I'll post sometime tomorrow. So you guys will see in the intro. What I'm going to do with the reaction content is I'll have like a key moment at the beginning to kind of draw attention. Then I'll go to that intro. Then I'll go back to the beginning, because that seems to be a pretty good formula for getting people to stay. If you go right into a long intro, people will leave before the video even starts. That's just been my experience. So I'm gonna do that. But like I said, it's just a constant evolving, changing, one-upping thing. And that 2-minute video that's on my first page, it did take 20 hours minimum to do every step of it for 2 minutes. It was insane.
I'm telling you, it was absolutely epic. Seriously, that was really, really good. What do you guys think? Do you like the stream? Come on, put in the comment. Well,
I hope you enjoyed for sure.
all right. So hopefully you guys got some value out of the information brought today. I thought it was pertinent to as far as the internet vote goes tomorrow. Hopefully, like Harbor said, in the comments, hopefully everybody will start suing. I hope Georgia sues. We should sue the shit out of them. But to keep it from happening, because this is an absolute brutality power grab that they're trying to do. But anyway, that's it for here. Thanks you guys for stopping by today. Appreciate everybody chiming in. I am going to see if health permits. I may do something for the website on Thursday. I got something else coming. I got to give a couple of invites out to some people to have on the show coming here in the near future. We need to do something, Jeff.
Yeah, definitely.
We need to do something. We need to come up with something, for Thanksgiving or something like that. We need to come up with a nice turkey video, because I only see commercials for Halloween and then I see commercials for Christmas.
I'm with you.
I don't see anything other than the Publix commercial every now and then, but it's like, whatever.
They're like, come get your butterball for the holidays. And you're like, say it, just say Thanksgiving.
Butter is evil.
Oh yeah. Now they're all there. Yeah. Okay. Now I know this stream is on your StreamYard, so I need the copy, because I'm going to post your reaction to the reaction as a video. That'll be fun. I'll edit that into a video.
No,
because you were sick. You were sick for
Dude,
Superman.
And
you didn't like it because you were sick.
And I didn't see Superman do the flyby at the end, but now I changed my perspective. Now,
yeah,
I'm somewhat cognizant, and I saw Superman, and I didn't get that whole. I was looking for a plane doing the flyby, but I totally missed the red cape. Completely missed it.
Yeah,
but no, it was awesome. I liked it. I really did. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me here today. Jeff, thank you for coming on. I know it was short notice, last minute, but thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it, like always. Guys, thanks for being here. I am going to go and medicate a little bit more. Harbor, I will reach out to you as soon as I get offline here. Just know that. But that's it.
Yep.
Thank you for
being here. And I see in the chat from John Heflin, it said, Jeff, please tell Armando I subbed to his YouTube. So
thank you. Appreciate you. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Anyone who hasn't already, please subscribe to Armando's YouTube. We do these collaborations. He does stuff on his website. And yeah, definitely want to cross, do the cross promoting. Helps everybody out.
And if you guys enjoy, just put down in the comments in the chat here, if you don't mind, before we get out of here, if you guys enjoy Jeff and I linking up studios and doing this type of these type of videos, or these lives, if you will, just let us know. Just, give a thumbs up down there. I'll keep that in mind. We'll do some more of these, with some added tweaks, because we always have to Tony Stark things and take it to the next level, right? That's Jeff's deal. We always have to do that. So thumbs up if you guys want to see more of these studio collabs on there. Harbor says for sure. Awesome. Thank you very much. Hopefully you'll reply over. 283 Media. Thank you for stopping by, man. I appreciate that. I know you're busy. For the thumbs up. Lindsay Hills, thumbs up again. Thank you. Love you guys, man. Thank you guys for chiming in. And again, I got to go medicate some more because I feel it coming back. So keep your head on a swivel, keep your powder dry. And most of all, and above all, God bless. Take care. We will catch you on the next one. Be attentive to my Discord server for future announcements. If my body says I can, I will try to come up with something for or somebody for Thursday's stream on the website, because I got to go back and forth and give love, to the platforms now, especially today. But with that, love you guys. Take care. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
See ya.